Hey guys, how's it going today? I wanted to talk a little bit about learning how to scream at a very basic introductory level. Now, a lot of times you hear crazy screams on, whatever bands you like to listen to, if you like to listen to screams. A lot of times the scream sounds a lot harder or louder than it actually is. Not all the time, but a lot of times like really high screams, really low screams when it's really intense, kind of like kind of that kind of stuff. Um, it's not as loud or powerful as you think it might be because they're recording this in a studio with a microphone, right, which is amplifying their voice. Not to say that you can't make screams powerful and loud, you can, but I'm just saying sometimes they might sound harder than they are to produce. So, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about what's called vocal fry. And vocal fry is the sound that sounds like this. So you might roll out of bed in the morning and kind of be like, groggy or something, and you might be like, if you hear you have to, I don't know, take a test next week or do something you don't want to do, you might be like, right? Something like that. And you might not know it, but you're using vocal fry in that moment when you're doing that. Right? Another reference I can make is a really old movie, which you might not know, but it's called The Grudge. And the scary girl in the film makes this weird sound that's like ah. Anyway, if you've ever heard that, that's also vocal fry. Ah. So what we want to do to start is be able to make this sound before we try to do any crazy screams or go through our range or anything like that. What we don't want to be doing when we're screaming is a sound like this. Which we kind of call the Cookie Monster, maybe like cookie, right? So I'm feeling this kind of here under my Adam's apple. Now, there's nothing wrong with adding these sounds once in a while, like on the front of words, like yeah, hey, ha, ho, kind of thing, right? You might not want that tone, maybe you do once in a while, but you will see if you try to do a really loud scream with this ha kind of sound, you'll feel pretty quickly that it's not super comfortable to do over a period of time, and you could end up hurting your voice and losing it, or it's just not very comfortable. So what we want to do is we want to feel the sensation above our Adam's apple, and what we're doing is just slight compression with the diaphragm, and we're trying to get this noise. And it could be, I would suggest try to do it low in your range first, without like a lot of support and push, just a little bit of compression. You have to start experimenting. Screaming itself is a lot of experimentation. Start experimenting with, making sure you're feeling it above your Adam's apple. And start experimenting with where you're placing the sound. You can place it more in your nasal passages in the mask or more in your chest. So, more chesty sound, more nasal sound, more nasal. So what we're doing, if we're hitting a clean note like hey, we're engaging our vocal cords, and our vocal cords are stretching to that position. Hey, now if we slightly let off of this stretch and let our vocal cords kind of come down off of the pitch slightly, and you'll start to feel that they almost flap around a little bit. Hey, hey, and this takes a little experimentation. But what your vocal cords are doing are slightly stretching less, and then they're kind of vibrating and flapping around a little bit. So that's kind of the Kurt Cobain tone there. Yeah, yeah, all right. Okay. So now, if you can't find this sound, leave a comment or question below. I'll try to help you. But let's keep going. So let's start lower. And just keep experimenting on the pitch where you're resonating, how it feels. Should be very relaxed, not a lot of push yet. Now we're on a pitch. Let's try to experiment with moving the pitch. Don't worry about it being strong or pretty or anything. Just try to get that sensation, that engagement of the vocal fry. Now I wanted to say, I've heard some vocal coaches say, you shouldn't try to hit a note just as a scream, but you want to get it clean first. And I agree with this to a certain extent, but there was a point when I was developing my mixed voice and I could only hit some high notes with vocal fry because my chords weren't strong enough. I didn't have the muscle memory to stretch my chords to that position without having the right behind it. And some people find that. So as long as it doesn't hurt, it's not uncomfortable, it's okay. But of course, you want to be able to do both clean and with vocal fry, right? So let's go to C, clean. Hey, yeah. Experiment with the compression we're using. Yeah. It can make all sorts of sounds depending where we're resonating, how we're opening our mouth. Just keep experimenting. Yeah. Now, again, don't push. Just do whatever you can to begin and try to get on a pitch and then try to move through your range. You can also do this like with the falsetto fry. And you might find if you try to do a falsetto fry, you might accidentally go into your mix, which I found in the past. Pure falsetto, add a little fry. Now, I'm very relaxed there, but I'm slightly, just a tiny bit, going into mix there. And it's very relaxed. It's pretty much falsetto. A little more compression. And now that was totally in mix there. Now, I just wanted this to be a little intro, so you have to experiment with it and go through your range, whatever's comfortable, and try to go through your range from wherever you find vocal fry the easiest. Start thin and then experiment with more compression from the diaphragm and where you're resonating. So do thin first, more falsetto sounding. Let's keep going down. I'm on A4. You might feel a slight shift into chest a little bit, or try to if you want to thicken it out. So try thin first. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to make a short video on how to start finding vocal fry and experimenting with it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I can go into a more detailed video on screaming in mix and with more power. But if you like this video, if it helped, please like, subscribe. I'd appreciate it so much, and I'll see you in the next one.